is sick. The whole thing I think 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 is sick.
Oh, what's up, Negative Nation? Welcome to a Marshmallow Live. It is 10:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the beautiful state of Denial. It is Thursday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the broadcast. Super good. Oh my God, it's so good to see you, you little hussies. Oh, shit. Turn my music off, you little hussies. So what's going on? How are we doing this morning? We are live simulcasting from Rumble and YouTube. Welcome to the broadcast. Good to see you. You can support this channel by hitting that Cash App down there or go to my Patreon at thenegativenation.com and join the very exclusive private Discord where all the tea is. That's where all the plotting and scheming and gay ops go down. Kidding. We laugh and share memes. Fuck all that. So, yeah. Oh my God, it's super good to see you. How you doing? Oh my God. So today we're going to be taking a look at a very special video. I don't know what's so special about it. I saw a couple conservative commentators did videos on it, and they said it melted their brain. So I'm pretty sure it's going to challenge mine. Most of the conservative commentators that I listen to aren't bound by the flying spaghetti monster, so I respect their opinions just a little bit more. When you base your political ideologies in outside of fantasism, yeah, then I'm going to agree with you probably. It's not fantasy. We don't live in a fantasy world. We don't. We live in a world of flesh and blood and reality. As far as I know, hell, we could all be blue pilled for all the fuck I know. Yeah. Could be blue pilled. Friggin' Harold. Oh, Harold, we took the goddamn blue pill, Harold. I can't believe you, you bastard. So yeah, it's good to see you. We're going to sit here bullshit for a few, and then we're going to ease right into this broadcast just like an old man into a warm bath. I would like to, I want to clear something up. You all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Having a video demonetized is not the same as being silenced. Not being paid for your opinion is not being censored. Why are people so stupid? I won't be silenced. No, when you lead a campaign on Twitter to remove somebody from YouTube, that's being silenced. Being demonetized is not being silenced. Grow the fuck up. Schizophrenia running deep. All right. Just wanted to clear that up real quick. Also, I want to clear up my couple videos that I sent, that I made addressing John Crimes. Now, John, what's up? Mad love. Only reason I'm telling you about this dude you've shouted out is because of his transgressions that involve multiple people's children, including my own. Okay? He has passed around this video of a grown man and his two children making a maybe cringy joke, but not a pedophilic joke, and passing it off as inappropriate. He has made jokes about not only black people, John, but Jews, about my deceased son. He has abused the copyright system to silence people who have called this stuff out. He's been in a VR chat with other grown men playing, "Let me see your wiener," John. Okay, we've documented all this. We've done all the legwork. So I'm just letting you know that you have emboldened a literal predator of sorts. I'm not going to beat the dead horse too much on it. I just want you to know that you have literally emboldened this guy, and that's not good. That's not good, because he's already silenced a bunch of us with false copyright strikes while calling people out for false copyright striking people, John. He helped lead the campaign against Negs to have him removed from YouTube. He slandered. He lied. He's been doxing one of my friends actively. So, John, again, I need you to know that Crude AF is the person you shouted out and you have emboldened. That's all. Got any questions, hit me up. RonPCorbin@gmail.com, blah, 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 all that whole shit. Oh, yeah, and John, this grown man, Crude AF, had a day-long conversation with somebody's minor child that was 14. It doesn't matter what the conversation was about, John. He contacted this kid. He had a conversation with this kid about his dad over YouTube stuff, John. He is also an apologist for an individual named Fancy Badger who changed their identity after they admitted to asking a minor for nudes and having an inappropriate relationship with them for years. These are all true things, Mr. Crimes. You are supposed to be a protector of the children, from what I understand. I want you to know that this guy has no interest in it. It's just another child for him to exploit on his channel. With all these women stomping on these children's graves, all y'all are stomping on these children's graves, for fuck's sake. It's stupid. I wish y'all wouldn't even talk about these babies on the internet. That's the only reason Crude AF covers this stuff, is because it involves children. If you need the videos, me and a guy goes by Big Traj, we have it. Hit me up. Not going to beat the dead horse. All right. Somebody please get this in front of John Crimes, for the love of God. I'm not trying to cancel anybody. I'm trying to protect John's reputation. I'm not going to go to Twitter and launch a week-long campaign and then cry when I'm demonetized. I won't be silenced. Can't make your fat girl shekels. It stings, doesn't it? All right, so not about these clowns today. It's about these other clowns. It's about these clowns. We're going to watch a video called Liberal Teens versus Conservative Parents. It's from a show called Middle Ground. And I'm sure they're going to shit all over the conservative parents. Yeah, you see, you can't see the dislikes anymore. So you can't even, you're already being spoon fed. Well, 37,000 people like this. Well, how many people dislike it, motherfucker? Why you playing with my emotions, foe? Quit playing. I just want to watch this video and just kind of give my honest opinion because I'm not a conservative by a tradition. I'm not. I'm truly not. Because I'm a live and let live type of guy. I am an equality for all. As long as your freedoms don't encroach on other people's freedoms and they stop being freedoms and you're a tyrant. Right? We can agree to that. That when your freedoms require other people to sacrifice their freedoms, you're a tyrant. You're no longer, we no longer have to respect you. But I guarantee they shit all over these conservative white people because conservative and white, it's an evil thing. People have vilified. What's weird is the side that's vilifying people for not liking their way of life are the same people who have cried for decades about being accepted, and then as soon as they're accepted, that's not enough. Now you have to bend the knee and give 100% servitude to the ideological psychopathy. Like what? No, I disagree with you. I'm allowed to do that. You disagree with me. Why is it when I disagree, all of a sudden I'm evil and I need to have my life ruined? But when you disagree, you deserve to be rewarded and have special privileges. Let's get into this.
When you're young, you're not thinking, and everybody has made a bad choice. And because you're stressed out, you go change your gender. Because you want to try something new, once you do it, you can't go back. The more you throw stuff at kids before they develop, that's indoctrination.
When Jubilee created Middle Ground, the intention was to uncover humanity and empathy shared among strangers with opposing beliefs.
Yeah.
Whether your political beliefs are on the left or the right, we all exist within our own echo chambers.
Well, you know, I'm gonna challenge you all right now. Why are your political beliefs dictating your morality? Why are you allowing millions of other people you don't fucking know or care about? Why are you letting them determine your morality? That's what I want to know.
So for this episode, we partnered with Ground News and created a test that can analyze your news sources and show you their biases. The participants of this episode agreed to take the quiz and share their results. We encourage you to do the same.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt.
Oh, thank goodness all the conservatives aren't white. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for finding middle ground there. I thought this was going to be like a white person dunk tank for a second.
Cancel culture is a good thing.
I want you to notice, though, that the people who are, well, this is liberal teens. I can understand a liberal teen. What I can't understand is a liberal adult who has the same ideologies and they become more radical. That's a mental illness.
We have the freedom to say what you want, but everyone else has the freedom to respond and cancel you if you say something that is racist, homophobic, transphobic, etc. Cancel culture is definitely good in the means of like deplatforming people who are spreading very hateful messages.
What?
Really? So who decides what the hateful messages are? Who's the arbiter of morality here? This is where the bullshit starts right there. First sentence out of his mouth, deplatform people who send hateful messages. Okay, cool. Yeah. If somebody's saying they would like to destroy a complete civilization, sure, yes. You shouldn't let people do that. But hey, you're not keeping that energy because I go over to Twitter and there are dictators from the Middle East right now that have Twitter accounts and they're out there wishing death upon the United States. So, okay. Right. So who's deciding what hateful messages are allowed? Donald Trump was deplatformed for what? He didn't incite anything.
What is your opinion on Trump being canceled on Twitter?
When you go onto Twitter, whatever, you check I accept the, guidelines, the community guidelines, I agree to follow them, and he didn't follow them, so Twitter has the right to take him off the app.
And for people that might make the counter argument that Twitter is biased and will only cancel right-wing politicians, that's not true at all. Twitter.
No, they absolutely do. They've canceled many right-wing politicians. I don't know why. Like, what statistics are they looking at?
And other forms of social media have canceled left-wing activists.
Like
there is an equal balance on both sides.
Like, name a black leader that's had their voice taken away on the internet. Name a black leader. You got Joy Reid over on her little show. She's supposed to be a journalist. No, she's not. She's another Don Lemon. You have two black journalists that are allowed to have airtime to spread hate. Again, who decides what the hateful message is? You've allowed Joy Reid and Don Lemon to spread their hate, and you said, no, that's okay because of who it's directed at. That's called racism.
You brought up canceling him off Twitter. I'm sorry, I disagree. When the Taliban can use our social media, but an ex-president can't, there is something wrong with that.
Did the Taliban violate community guidelines?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I think it matters to Twitter what their community guidelines are. That's why they banned Trump, because Trump violated community guidelines. That's what every platform has, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
I bet this guy stubs his toe and he clutches his pussy and falls to the ground, traumatized, requires a whole year of psychotropic medication.
Taliban stones people because they're gay.
If they've done that and they've posted videos of stoning gay people, I agree, they should be removed, and that 100%. Is fundamentally wrong.
It is fundamentally wrong. No, it should be bombed into oblivion. That type of ideology has no business on this planet. Oh, you mean to tell me that the liberals going to sit there and defend the Taliban's right to freedom of speech on Twitter? But I don't understand. So,
except the problem is they're smart enough to not do that.
Well, then why wasn't Trump smart enough to
the president wasn't
that?
smart enough to not do that, I guess.
If I'm an American and I have to vote between this person, I need equal access to both of them to decide what's right. Bro, you could be a Klansman. You could say you hate black people. That's not my job to police your language. I can't expect everybody to love me and think the way I think. All y'all think different. I mean, that's totally dope. But the fact that you want somebody removed because they think differently, that could be you one day.
Do you think freedom of speech is something that still exists in America?
We do have aspects of freedom of speech. Like, you can't go into a movie theater and yell fire. So obviously there are limits of freedom of speech.
But they're picking and choosing who they're silencing and who they're letting talk.
I'll settle this argument right now. Freedom of speech, not freedom from consequence. How about that? I'll settle that argument right now. Okay? But then again, if you're going to have consequences for these people, then you need to have consequences for those people. Not just because see, the irony of this whole woke, this horse shit that this little lady's about to spew is that it's supposed to be in the name of feeling safe and equality and acceptance, but it's based in quite the opposite. It's based in bigotry. It is 100% racism and bigotry. Think about it. If I am scared of a gay man, I'm a homophobe, right? That would be the general consensus. If you're scared of a cisgender straight white male, you're a bigot. It's the same thing, man. You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. It's called oppression. Calm down, Jim Crow. Save some oppression for the other racist.
People react negatively to what you say. It goes both ways. You can't just say that, oh, they
100%.
can't. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what? The truth of the matter is, Tampa Doll, is those losses are going to be astronomical. They're going to be astronomical. When an individual who's on the lower tier of all this shit, could be affected by woke culture, lies, defamation, and racism. I want everybody to take a long look around. If you have went out there and you have literally cited somebody's race against them and caused them to lose either money or have substantial mental grief, you can be sued. People are getting sued all over the United States. People are flipping out about it because white people are now suing black people for being racist, and they are winning because it's racism. You can tell yourself that you can't be racist towards a white person, but there are laws that dictate otherwise, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I want you to buckle up, because you're going to see lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. And the losses that these woke individuals have made are going to be so devastatingly substantial that they'll have no choice but to, I don't know, go on welfare and put your work boots on.
America is becoming less and less safe.
Yeah, because of the left.
I'll leave this to you guys.
So I have a lot of friends that have been in the military for the last 20 years because they refused to get vaccinated. They told me that they would be dishonorably discharged or kicked out of the military. I just believe we're losing a lot of good servicemen with the current situation that we're in right now.
A lot of police officers are down. Crime is up all over. When police aren't there, we're murdering each other at a really high rate. Police are in those neighborhoods because the homicide rate is high. Y'all can run around talking about police all you want, but I challenge any of these liberal kids to spend 2 weeks in the environment I grew up in, and I promise your perspective will change.
The one advantage we have about being older, we've been through a threat or two, and our enemy.
Real quick, I'm gonna get back to Grandpa complaining about the threats or two. He is right. This guy's probably 15 years older than me, guys. Let's be real. We've experienced a lot of the same shit. He may have experienced one more war than me. But you're talking about cultural loss. Oh yeah, they've wiped themselves clean of any identity, Tampa, in the name of being like everybody else. They've created a toxic culture of criminality and sexual deviance. It's all it is. It's all based on genitals and skin and melanin. It's the most disgusting fucking culture I've ever witnessed in my life. How dare you? How dare you, in the name of equality and what's best for everybody, go out there and judge people based on what's between their fucking legs and what color their skin is in order to determine if they're allowed access to your secret club? How dare you?
These, like China, the Communist Party in China, they're laughing at us. Russia's like, we don't need to do much. They're going to screw it up on their own. We need to get the help of our younger people that haven't been through a threat before to realize a lot of what's going on is not good.
The biggest threat is Washington, D.C. Nancy Pelosi. These career politicians, they're the biggest threat to our democracy. When you have the sitting vice president of the United States of America say the thing that makes her feel the least safe or some bullshit was our democracy. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I do believe I just witnessed 4 years of looting, rioting, and murder with impunity. That is what are you talking about? The democracy scares you? Are you kidding me? And Joe Biden's divisive rhetoric day in and day out. How is this man allowed to be a sitting president?
My name is Mike. I'm 59 years old, and I'm a conservative parent.
Did I call it or what? I said he's probably 15 years older than me. Holy shit.
Growing up during the 1980s, that was a huge influence on me, and it formed my views, and the people that I was around is the reason why I'm a conservative parent. I think America should be more middle of the road and not be necessarily more liberal. And
yeah, it's too liberal. And I don't like the way it's become this liberal. It's become this liberal by force and intimidation. Look what they've done to myself and others, guys. I stand by it. I was attacked because of my identity. I get to present that in court eventually. You know what I'm saying? It's a real fucking thing. And people out there could decry my claims all they want, because everybody wants to be better than everybody else at the end of the day, right? Oh, this makes me feel better about myself. Whatever. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. But it doesn't change reality. The same way you don't wake up and go, I don't have a gender. That's not true.
And if anything, it should be a hint more on the conservative side, because we're going to watch our freedoms get extinguished or encroached if we don't guard those freedoms and make sure that all of our children have a chance to succeed.
Can the disagreeer step forward?
Oh boy, here we go.
I actually wished I came up here for the agreeing section, because I think I interpreted the definition of safety the same way that you guys did, but after hearing your guys' conversation, I started thinking about how our American people aren't safe in the face of imminent climate disasters that are coming our way, and how we
imminent climate disasters. We live on a planet, you know that, right? Has everybody forgotten that we live on a planet? And of course, we're doing damage to it. You mean you're going to walk around in a sea of masks and hypodermic needles and feces and tell me that you're worried about what's happening miles above you in the atmosphere?
We don't have the infrastructure to deal with it.
Go to Chicago for a weekend. Let me know how that works out.
I actually very much agree with that, because I think we need to define what we mean by we're less safe now. Do we mean there's more homicides after COVID, or what do we mean?
We mean we're less safe, motherfucker. Less safe. What do you mean? Are you trying to gauge what level of safety? What the fuck do you mean? If it's a disease, you're not safe. If it's violence, you're not safe. If it's a rogue regime controlling your country, you are not safe. Who cares? Is this where we're at, where things are just so fucked? We're like, well, I could get moitered, but I'm gonna go get my booster.
I would say, before we got rid of half our military, half our police force, slavery was legal. The Holocaust was legal. So we can look at all of these mass atrocities and say we're doing what's right. Everybody who was a part of the Holocaust government, they were doing what Hitler said. They were doing what was right. So
I disagree. I mean, I'm not saying he's wrong. Some of these people justified what they did because they were commands and orders, but they knew it wasn't right. Guys, you don't have to be. It's group psychosis. I mean, he is right in the sense that it was group psychosis where they thought it was right. Maybe that's what he's getting at, is they were just justifying.
Everybody losing their job for not getting vaxxed, and all the vax people, you got who can we control? Yep. Everybody who get the shot, that's who's gonna do what we say. The enemies are coming, and we don't care about that because we want to care about what color we should wear and pride and critical race theory. It's like no one else cares about that but us in America. That's our problem.
Critical race theory is a scam. It is designed to basically make white children feel inferior. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Why are you trying to teach children to feel bad about themselves because the way they look? They can't help that shit. I thought that's what we were working on. Was that none of this mattered? What you look like didn't matter. Oh, but now it's everything. Now it's everything. If you look like that guy, you're evil. If you look like that guy, you could do no wrong. You could point a gun at a pregnant woman and we'll give you a fucking school and a street named after you.
Do you think that talking about sexual orientation and all that kind of stuff takes away from the safety of our country?
Who you sleep with has no merit in the real world. What does it matter?
Okay, let's just broaden the scope. With the coronavirus pandemic, why did it take weeks for us as a country to mobilize together to fight the public health crisis? That was
I can't wait for it. 5 letters, right? TRUMP.
Already affecting the nation.
It was a scam to get Donald Trump out of office. It's all fake.
It is.
In my opinion.
It is.
I agree with you.
I don't think that we could create, or the Democrats could create, some international plan getting all of these scientific communities outside of just the U.S. And
you don't think that they could do that, really? You don't think that the same people who built an explosive device that can wipe out how many square miles, they can't get together and plant? Oh wow, dude, my brain.
Even international governments on their side for something that they're just trying to get Trump out of office. I feel like that's heavily ridiculous.
Trump was the thorn that nobody saw coming, and they had to find a way to get him out of there. If there's no mail-in voting, 100% Trump is the president right now. 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, because overwhelmingly mail-in ballots were to Biden, and that's obvious.
Exactly.
It's not because mail-in ballots are fraudulent, because mail-in ballots are actually not fraudulent at all. That this election.
How do you know that? Actually, mail-in ballots aren't fraudulent at all. Well, is that because somebody told you that? You just believe that. See, these are the people they control. These are the people they control, are people like this. You just tell them something and they go with it because it pats their ass. It makes them feel safe. These kids up here talking about, well, what kind of degree of safety are we talking about? This guy right here, this kid over here talking, he is a danger because of his idiocy.
Election was the safest election in recorded history.
There's a lot of videos. You see people with fake ballots, so that's here and there. I'm not.
That's just hearsay from random people on TikTok. Are we really gonna take
TikTok? I don't watch TikTok, kid. And if I do, get out of here. I'm so over this shit.
That as empirical evidence?
It's a personal opinion.
It is a personal opinion.
My name is Parker, I'm 19, and I'm a liberal. My sisters and I have become a lot more liberal, a lot more left-leaning over time, while my parents have stayed a bit conservative. Before,
well, that's just rebellion. You don't believe in the horse shit you're consuming. You need to slow down on the soy,
when I
though.
was a conservative, I kind of just went off a lot of the indoctrination and propaganda that was spread to me when I was a kid. I grew up on the fact that, oh, we shouldn't have increased taxes because taxes are just negatively affecting us. Personal responsibility isn't what a lot of the decisions people make in society is based on. It's mainly based upon their environments, how they're socialized by their parents, people around them, things like that.
Yeah, that's why there's perpetual murder in Chicago. You nailed it, kid. You nailed it. You ever take, hey, Snow White, I would you take a hard look would be to my, let's see here, where am I? It'd be to my left over to Chicago. You're talking about nurture versus nature.
My news source is more reliable than the other side's.
Because these kids have been glued to their fucking devices, being spoon-fed propaganda by these social media conglomerates. That's why. They're brainwashed.
When I look at conservative news, I see a lot of conspiracies that I don't necessarily agree with. And so if everything comes from opinion and just people developing their own ideas, it just doesn't seem reliable to me.
I feel like the only way we can get unbiased news is in order for news media organizations to stop prioritizing having really vivid headlines that might not necessarily be 100% accurate.
I think that starts with putting people over profit.
So?
They want the biggest story or whatever, and they don't want to actually give the news that would be...
Dude, it's been people over profit for a while. None of these people, I've been saying this for years, none of these people give a fuck about you. When I went to my doctor years ago, because I have a blown out disc in my back, I have degenerative arthritis. I'm basically, if I don't take care of myself, I'd be crippled. Like if I had to stomp around on factory floors for the rest of my life, I'd be, by 60, I'd probably be in a wheelchair. Let's be real. But when I went to that doctor, he was more than happy to give me 90 oxycodone 10 a month, 90 10 milligram Klonopin a month, and 90 Soma a month. What? Excuse me? Oh, yeah, the self-medicator and everybody is going nuts right now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to talk about a problem, right? Yeah, my back's blown out, Tex. But anyway, he didn't give a fuck about me. He just willy-nilly wrote me this stuff. I peed in a cup every 6 months, and I kept getting it for 2 years. And then I got out of it. Oh, no, it was like longer than that. What was it, 4 years? It was a minute. But he didn't give a fuck about me. But you know what ended up happening? He went to jail. Because that's what happens to drug dealers. They go to jail. It's about profit.
Be beneficial to our everyday average Americans. And I think that if we put a lot more focus on putting people first instead of the big news or the big story, we can change that aspect of society.
I agree with you 100%.
That's 9 pills a day, guys. 9 fucking pills. When was I ever in tune with reality?
I say the civil rights movement is the civil rights entertainment industry because it's so profitable. Put a police shooting on TV, it's breaking news. Every headline is on every social media. You're selling shirts, you're selling signs.
Well, hang on. It depends on the race, though. If it's a white cop and a white suspect, no, that's not a headline. That's not a headline. Black cop, white suspect, also not a headline. However, if you have a black suspect and a white cop, holy shit, fucking white supremacy.
That's so much more profitable than showing me and you shaking hands. The news media is literally capitalizing off the emotions of society. No matter how you feel about it, handle it in your privacy in your house. Why? Because if you can do it on camera, somebody's gonna make $1 off of it. And that's not fair to you.
Nope.
Young people today are too sensitive.
Young people today are too sensitive.
A good thing that young people are sensitive. I think today they can be more sensitive than what they probably could have been 30 or 40 years ago. You know, the growing up was the Berlin crisis, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah. I mean, we had the threat of annihilation,
I remember that
staring at us several times. And a lot of times I go, thank God John Kennedy handled it.
The country has been spoiled for so long. They're trying to make it so a man can't be a man. And if you don't let men be men, then things start crumbling. Society.
Well, hang on, I'm letting him finish.
It crumbles, families crumble, and broken homes start happening.
Well, here's the deal: is there shouldn't be anything wrong with people wanting to be a man. Why is it certain stereotypes are okay, but the other stereotypes are not okay? When you want to be a man, it's toxic masculinity. Let me wear a fucking skirt and some eyeliner. Will that help you? Let me build your fucking barn and a thong. What will please you, my overlord?
Kids need a father. So 36% of kids don't have a father. So every boy is, well, my mom is mad at me. My dad don't love me. My dad don't care about me. Maybe I should be gay. Maybe I should be trans. I don't know who I am. And your father puts confidence in you. No disrespect to anybody, but the younger generation of men are soft. And if we had to go to war, they're not protecting America.
I'm going to tell you, my kids would never be drafted into any war because of, just because we have shitty genetics. I'll just say it. We have shitty genetics. You know, I'm not batting 1,000 with autism, but I'm batting 750. I have one child that's not autistic. However, they're men. They're sensitive to the point where they have empathy for people. They're not assholes. They're very, very hardworking, caring. They love with their whole heart. They're that type of individuals, right? But they're men, and they're not ashamed to be a man, and they're also not ashamed to be in themselves. And they also don't attach unnecessary labels to themselves in order to have an identity. So
there's no better place to
He's right. He's right in that. We've managed to and look, man, I don't fault the parents because I was a fucked up teen and that was all me. But we've been blessed, but we just our kids haven't had that identity crisis. I feel for the parents that have to deal with that. And it's not the kid's fault. It's really not. They're spoon fed this, like this man is saying. It's I'll find somebody that will love me. And if you got to be there for your kid, man. Like I don't know how many times I drop what I'm doing and I go over and have a chat with my kid, or if he's sad, I'll go over and sit down with him, put my arm around him, and boost his confidence. Let him know. Like my biggest thing now is I tell him, I'm like, hey, look, you are a fantastic person, and you deserve to be happy. Okay, don't beat yourself up. There's no reason that you need to be sad because of things other people do. That's been my encouragement lately, because young men have the weight of the world on their shoulders, bruh. They do. Young men have the weight of the world on their shoulders. I can't relate to raising females because I have all male children, but the weight of the world is on these fellas' shoulders for the future.
Be as a black individual or whatever you are in America. Go to the Middle East right now and say you gay or you trans and see how they treat you.
Yep. Didn't we just talk about that the other day? Like all these identity politics are about your melanin or your genitals. Two things nobody should give a fuck about. They should respect you. You know what? This is how I view it. I think if people truly respected me, they wouldn't talk about my identity or my genitals. Yeah. You want to identify me as a male? That's fine. It's pretty obvious. You really don't need to. You can listen to me and tell I'm a male. I'm obviously not a fucking a soy boy. But it's disrespectful for you to be whipping your genitals or whatever out and being like, I identify as, well, you're swinging your dick or your labia, whatever the fuck you're swinging around, right? Nobody cares. I don't log on here and talk about my dick. I know a lot of men talk, I got a big dick and all that. No, you don't. Shut up. Sit down.
Johnny, I'm 32 years old, and I am a conservative parent.
Tampa, yeah, I hear you. That's just not applicable here. I've had these chats with my my youngest, because the whole trans identity, bi identity, like there's kids that are changing their identity every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember when we were in school and we would like a song, a whole fucking bunch for a whole long time. We'd dress a certain way. That's how they're treating this identity stuff now. That's just how free people are with it. Okay. And to me, that says, wow, this is a fad. This is 100% a fad, and it's I don't know. It's sad, man, because it's stripping people of their individuality. And it also takes people who have medical issues with identity, whatever it may be, right? And it waters down those issues with people who maybe like live in silence, and they got all these people out here like, well, I've got a 12-inch dick, but I feel like a girl with a beard and a chainsaw.
Grandfather was a no excuse.
I think I'm gonna go compete against other women in swimming and beat all the records and strip women of the battles they've been fighting for years for equality.
Individual. He grew up in the Jim Crow South, but he worked.
I know Tampa. I was just specifically saying that it wouldn't be applicable here because of the conservative majority in the school district that I live in.
The house that he bought is still in our family today. He had a garden in his backyard. If you step past a certain lot, he got on you. So to watch the men before me who really could have been lynched for stepping out of line, who really could have went through a hardship for not doing what society said, the worst thing that can happen to me is I get a mean tweet or a dislike. So
yep.
I gotta fully embrace who I am, and I know I can create anything with my 2 hands and feet.
I'm Hannah.
You want me to say the quiet part loud? You know the biggest threat to black men in the United States is other black men. That's the quiet part loud, and we know it. That's not racism. That's statistically true. That is statistically true, and that's sad. While we have to have this boogeyman witch hunt, and saying something like that is considered so controversial, you'll be canceled. Can't cancel me. I have to cancel myself. But that is a fact, a statistical fact. But people can't say that because they can fucking lose their jobs, man. Depending on where you live, you'll get killed. It's ridiculous. And why would they kill you? Because you don't look like them and you don't share their ideas. You're not wrong. You just hurt their feelings. And that's how the extreme left handles their emotions, is with violence. With, they can't just walk away and agree to disagree. Nah. They got to be right in the sense of they'll just silence you. They don't have to be right. They'll just shut you up. Oh, no, you shut the fuck up. You don't get to say that. But that is a fact, a statistical fact. Go to Chicago. Go to any inner city. The biggest threat to any black man in the United States are other black men. And that toxic culture that's being cultivated, this gang culture, this hip-hop culture, really. If you go back and you look, like, gangs have not been around in the inner cities all that long, historically, right? But at the peak of of when gangster rap started becoming hot, I guarantee you see a spike in the violence. Yeah. We forget about little girls being shot in McDonald's drive-thru by stray bullets from gangsters doing drive-bys, don't we? We forget about that, don't we? Because that doesn't happen to us. But we don't talk about it because we'll be labeled a racist because we don't look like the folks that it happened to. Make it make sense.
17 and I'm a liberal. I really want equality for all, and the liberal policies that have been passed side more with my values of equality for those who are on the LGBTQ, those who are on the gender spectrum.
Oh, you want equality for all, but since you got your way, since a majority of their views are leaning towards favoring you more, you voted for that. That's great. Because you could have voted Republican. Honey, I want to tell you something right now. You could have voted Republican, sweetheart. You could vote Republican, sweetheart. And you're only 17. You can't vote yet. But when you do, and you will get that equality. Nobody's trying to keep you from getting married. Nobody's trying to keep you from the same benefits. Everybody has the right to be married and miserable. Your gender spectrum, though, we need to cut that out. That is not a thing. There is not a spectrum of genders.
The thing about conservative parents that I don't like is whenever I come across them, they seem to be very rooted in their ways and not willing to listen to someone who's a teenager like me.
Well, for obvious reasons, because we've all been an idiotic teenager at one point in time.
I think more like, oh, because I'm older, I have more knowledge, which is not necessarily always the case.
Oh, guys, I have white privilege. I went to the cigarette shop, the tobacco shop, yesterday to get a Coke. Like, you can get a bucket of Coke for $1 and a Bic lighter. I went to get a Bic lighter. You can't get a bucket of Bic lighters, but I got a Bic lighter. And I handed her $4. That was enough for a Bic lighter. Asked for a small Bic lighter, and she came back with $2.87 and a big Bic lighter. And she said, "Here, we had one in here for 13 cents for some reason, so I just gave it to you for free." Oh, my white privilege.
Can we have the disagreeer step forward?
Yeah, the people trying to legislate with the Bible need to get fucked too. Whenever Donald Trump started talking about God and Jesus and all that shit, I was like, please stop. Please keep it based in reality, because that's where we all exist. Stuff like that's divisive. Once you are disparaging about people's religion, identity, or whatever it may be, that's divisive. Once you evoke a God, I pray to Jesus, no baby Jesus. Now you're being divisive again. I mean, I know he meant well, and he was catering to his constituents, of course, as you would if you're a good politician.
This idea that because men are being raised by women that they're weaker is, in my opinion, completely false. Our generation, it's not more sensitive, we're more aware of all these things. Being transgender and gay is not something that should be ashamed of or make you feel less. In today's society, that is why women are fighting for equality, because this idea that because they only have a mom, they're weaker, or because, you know, they're more sensitive, that's...
Stop, yo, holy shit, you are just full of buzzwords, little girl. Oh, wow, okay, let's rewind. Okay, women are fighting for equality, yet you're allowing 6'3" lifelong biological men take hormone blockers for a year and swim against and compete against females. I'm sorry, where's the equality there? So if gender is a spectrum, then why don't we just do away with gender in sports altogether? Why don't we have men and female baseball teams now, right? Men and female football teams, right?
In my opinion, completely false.
And I would say in the environment that I grew up in, the teen pregnancies come from girls without fathers. The homicides come from people without fathers. Every girl that I know, if they grow up with a daddy, they get married before they have a kid.
Why do they not have fathers?
If you want me to be real, because a lot of women make bad choices on the men they procreate with. If you make a bad choice, that's your responsibility. Every bad thing that I did in my life, it was when my daddy was in jail.
Yeah, I had my dad. My dad wasn't a criminal. And if he was a good one, because he never got caught. It's not that they are weaker for being raised by their mom. It's that they are lacking something. Exactly. I was raised by mi madre. I had a stepfather. I did have a male role model. I wouldn't say I was weak. I was frail medically. That was one of my biggest, probably one of my biggest, that was my biggest Achilles heel in my life, was my medical frailty, because I was treated different. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't coddled, and I didn't look. I got my ass busted. I got grounded. I had shit taken from me. I paid the consequence for my actions because I was a little motherfucker, but I was still medically frail. So no, I wasn't allowed to do certain things. Yeah. Like I've never broken a bone or anything like that. I've climbed trees and stuff, but I just wasn't allowed to do certain things. And when I did, I almost died every time anyway. Hey, look, the river. Ah! Getting washed down the river. My stepbrother's plucking me out of it, saving my life. But my mom raised me from 16 on to 18, till current day, really. We never stop raising our kids. Don't let anybody fool you.
When my dad was out and I had my dad's reassurance, I was a better person.
I had one daughter that had to move across the country to get rid of a toxic relationship with somebody that was harming them.
Oh, man. This isn't a threat. This is a complete hypothetical. But if I had a daughter, keywords here, if I had a daughter, and anybody put their hands on her, Big T knows what's up. You know, homie. You know, homie. Somebody put their hands on yours. Mm-hmm.
Why does the woman have to move across the country because the man is being toxic? Why can't the man be taught, don't be toxic?
Oh, I agree.
Women nowadays have to deal with those kinds of relationships. The mother knows better, I would say, than the father about that.
Oh, hey, I got news for you, liberals. You are not the thought police. This is not Minority Report. Okay? Do you think Jeffrey Dahmer's parents raised him to be a fucking cannibal? No, he was lacking something. Yeah? Sure, he had an eccentric upbringing, dude. I've seen worse. I've read and watched and heard everything about Jeffrey Dahmer. His upbringing was not all that uncommon. I've heard more traumatic stories, and I've seen no cannibals come from those. And these people end up actually going on to be normal people with the mortgage and a family and all that shit. Women are toxic. I will sit here and tell you right now how fucking toxic women are. Those of you who know me personally, you know the dark toxicity that the females that one of the females that I've welcomed into my life has left. She's left a dark trail of trauma. Like unbelievable trauma that it has nothing to do with me, but I'm not, I'd be lying if I said that it didn't emotionally tax me every day. But women could be incredibly toxic. One woman's toxicity gave me the best thing that saved my life. Actually, I'll say that one woman's addiction helped me beat my demons and gave me one of the best things I've ever had in my life and saved my life. So, but there's always a flip side of that because there's still another human involved and they're hurt. And I can't do nothing about it, man, because this woman is toxic. How hard is a phone call? You know what I'm saying?
We're not more sensitive. There's just more opportunities for us to be sensitive. You can say like 15, 20 years ago, there weren't videos of black men being shot by police all over the internet. Now that that's there, people are more...
It doesn't mean it wasn't happening. Have you ever thought to question yourself, like, okay, you're going to see more shit when everybody has a camera in their hand? Okay, first and foremost, let's get that out of the way. However, did you ever question like what culture's breeding that? I see. I quit checking my recommended video feed on Facebook because every single video was inner city violence in black communities, glorified. People laughing at it like it's normal. People discharging guns in their houses, wild ass dogs, fucking crackheads. Dude, the shit's disturbing. And people laughing and glorifying it. And I'm like, this is fucking dumb. I don't want to see this. This is sad. How are y'all laughing at this? I know it's not happening to you, but it could. You could be dealing with some fucking viral video level shit too.
More inclined to feel a certain way or take a stance on that topic.
Do you think it would be more beneficial to show police also interacting with white guys? Because more white guys get killed than black guys by cops.
If you look at the amount of...
Oh, yeah, that's the... Oh, I'm sorry. Was that the quiet part loud again, that more white guys get killed by cops? All right, but we don't matter, so we're not going to count those.
White people and the amount of black people, there are going to be more white people killed because there are more white people in America. The percentage of black people that are being...
Wow. Hey, little girl, can I tell you something? I know this is the oppression Olympics. You just go in the bat for you pull up as black people. You know, because Asian and all. It's you've picked that struggle instead of like, you know, getting your fucking education and worrying about your future. You know, you're like, oh, wait a minute, it's the oppression Olympics. Do I get a medal?
Killed is higher than the percentage of white people.
Well, just because you're pulled over doesn't mean you have to resist. I mean, they don't just kill you when they pull you over. It's all about based on how you perform as an individual. Yes. I've been pulled over and never had a bad interaction in my life. When I was rude, I got snatched out the car. Everything is a personal choice. If you can't take accountability for your life, then you will forever be a slave.
That's not true. There are definitely issues on the side of policing.
Well, you're okay. So what? I have never in my life in this town ever heard of police brutality against anyone. In one case, and the guy was dead. There's an accusation, a conspiracy that somebody was thrown down a flight of stairs by the police. But what the fuck do I know? I don't know anything. You know, small town rumor shit, right? But you don't hear, God, the oppression Olympics.
Black communities, majority black communities, majority POC communities are over-policed.
Why do you think they're over-policed? Oh, it's because of their melanin, isn't it? It's not because of the skyrocketing crime. No, we got to defund the police, right? We got to defund the police. We got to defund the police. Why are there so many cops in this bad neighborhood? Why are there so many cops in this neighborhood where people sell crack and there's tags from gangs everywhere, right? So you think that there's like just nice neighborhoods that are predominantly black that are just flooded with police just because they're black, sir? Is that what you're implying? That sounds fucking racist to me, man.
Larger patrols in black communities. There are police work longer hours in majority black communities. So there's an issue from the policing side as well.
They work longer hours? How is that even a point of contention? He acts like they're the Stasi or something. Like it's Hitler's brown shirts. Oh, here we are. No press the black folk getting that overtime. And then you're like, defund the police. Hey, you ever heard about reading statistics that don't agree with everything that you think? That might actually change your mind.
Politics has damaged my relationship with a loved one.
Of course it has, because y'all dumb. You can't think for yourselves.
I'm sure you could relate to this as well, but in the Asian community, there's a lot of anti-blackness. So with the advent of the Black Lives Matter movement.
Wait a minute. Why aren't we talking about that? He just said it. He just said the quiet part loud. Why aren't we discussing that? I didn't know there was a lot of anti-blackness in the Asian community. I noticed that there was a lot of, what would you call it, anti-Hispanic sentiment in the black community. I've seen that firsthand. You know what I'm saying? That shit gets recommended to me on the internet and the algorithm. But I didn't know there was anti-black sentiment in the Asian community. But do go on. Do go on about how, we need more flexible loans.
This past year, having conversations with my parents was really difficult, especially around the nuances of racial justice and sort of like what the movement was fighting for and how to articulate that in like the very closed mindset that my parents had.
A lot of my family voted for Trump in the past election, and I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't like to say this, but it made me view their morals a little bit differently. And
It did. Well, it made you view their morals differently. Yeah, I would love to hear your moral high ground on Joe Biden.
Willing to adapt and change was so different, and I was just like shocked because I wanted to understand their side and really talk about it. And
let me tell you, the only thing that changed was you had 8 years of Obama. He did a shit job. He fucked us over. Hope and change. I hope we change presidents. And then when Trump got elected, we actually had some change. The only problem was how the left reacted the entire term. All you had to do was shh.
I was met with, you're wrong, and we don't want to talk about it. And that kind of really damaged just kind of the way I looked at them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I also think that it just made me...
That's why I don't talk about this shit with my kids. We do not have a political identity with one another. I know how they feel. They know how I feel. And it could be polarizing or it could not be, but we don't give a fuck.
Less willing to expend the energy to have political or just like any like hard conversations with my parents or anyone else in my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is why you don't talk this shit with your family, man. Your family's your tribe, bro. You got to keep that shit solid. Look, man, I've had family bug out on me for all kinds of different fuck shit. Just various reasons, but like politics, man, that's just not been one thing that's been a divisive factor in my family. I mean, I have family that has told me after somebody that I dearly loved and respected committed suicide that he was going to hell because he took his own life. That still didn't divide me from them. I just didn't talk about that shit with them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make a point to go see them that often after that either. But when we saw each other, I made sure to keep it very, very, toe the line, play it close to the chest, because that shit was damaging to hear that. It was hard not to resent that person in a way. But I didn't just go, I still went to holidays and stuff and still talked to them. I just pretended it never happened.
As Brithwick, I'm 18.
Learn a lesson is what I did. I learned a fucking lesson.
Years old, and I'm a liberal. I grew up in a low-income immigrant household, and I think the systems that are in place right now aren't sufficient enough to support people, Americans like myself or my family. Because my parents were immigrants, I think they were liberal on issues like immigration and things that directly affected them. I'd like to ask to the conservative parents why they don't necessarily listen or adopt their own beliefs, whether political or social, based on the conversations they have with their children and why they're so set in their ways.
Because they're children. That's all you need to know, kid. That's all you need to know. Yeah, one day you'll get to sit at the adult table. Don't fucking blame society on the plight of the immigrant. You live in the United States and you're bitching. I'm an immigrant. I'm poor because I'm an immigrant. I'm just a poor immigrant. We're all poor immigrants. I'm an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? Like we all are. Do you think I've been here for hundreds of years? No, my bloodline has been here for less than 200 years, man. I'm a fucking immigrant. Yeah. I'm not poor because I'm an immigrant. You are correct about one thing. There are systems in place to keep people poor and that system is in place to keep everybody poor. They're not dividing you by race, sir. They're not. I can drive no less than 2 miles across town, and there's and what you like to call a poor immigrant, and he's balling. He's got a tight ride. He owns a corner shop. You drive through, get smokes, lottery tickets, Red Bull, whatever the fuck you need. Some bread. Need some dog treats. Dude's balling, smiling every day because he's got money hanging out of his pockets because he came to the best country in the world and sees the opportunities that this country allows him to have. He didn't cry about it.
You know, I read a lot of the tragic stories where family members don't talk to each other anymore. Personally, I think that's sad. Do all my family members vote the same? No. Do we have a pretty good idea of how family members may have voted? Yeah. But we went more of agree to disagree. I'm not going to not buy you a present for Christmas because, you decided to vote for somebody that I don't like.
Of course, the liberals smiled about that. Yeah, I get free stuff even though I'm an asshole. Even though my mental illness and my feelings legislate everybody else's reality.
Give me a break. Families are special.
Word, Sammy. Word.
And we've got too many people, as you've talked about, that don't have them.
When I took this prompt, I kind of took it more of like my view of the person changed differently.
Why?
Because
Why?
not because of the way they voted, but because some of their values to me were, like he said, moral values, and that shows kind of part of their characters.
Would you say that morality is subjective to each individual person, though, or would you say morals are the same across the board?
I'm gonna be fair that I didn't judge somebody for who they voted for. But who they voted for ultimately became the catalyst to me taking the steps to liberate myself of their presence. Because I just sat down and did the math and it just showed that they were a fucking self-serving, lying fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like a very me, selfish motherfucker. Like that person ain't gonna have your back. Wait, man, dude, if you're drowning, don't want to be with them.
The basic is human equality for all. And so if you don't believe that somebody should have an equality based on their gender, their sexual orientation, their race, or anything like that, that's a moral problem in my eyes.
That's a huge thing with the trans and the gay.
Is she stupid?
And LGBTQ and all that whole thing. So I grew up LDS, being Utah County, it's like 95% Mormon. At 8 years old is when you get baptized. And so if you're raised around where 95% of people think the exact same way, I feel like that's too young of an age where you're a child and you don't really know what you're doing. Right. And so where I have a problem with the trans or these different things is they're getting kids at like 10, 12 years old and they're pushing them down that path.
Yeah, exactly. And I have, with my youngest son, I have made every attempt and I've said nothing disparaging about anybody because that's not who I am. I refuse to ever teach that child to hate anything. Okay? With a child, that is a dangerous game to play when you start sowing the seeds of hate in a child. And then you start interfering with their social identity and encouraging it. You're playing a very dangerous fucking game. I made sure with my child to never hate anybody. You accept everybody. If somebody, and this is the line in my family, and my kids, with all my kids can tell you this. We believe in equality, but the moment that you harm somebody and you take away their freedom, that's the line.
Who's they?
Who's they?
Mm-hmm. Who's indoctrinating these kids into becoming LGBTQ and etc.?
There's a lot of groups out there.
Like?
I've just heard that there's groups out there. I don't know. You don't think there's groups out there that do that?
No.
I'm assuming you're a straight man, so I think it's weird for you to comment on the queer experience and what that's like for someone growing up who's struggling with those experiences. The way you're describing it as indoctrination, people who are figuring out their sexualities and their queer identities aren't necessarily going to ascribe to the first labels that are put before them.
If I'm not mistaken, the brain isn't fully developed until you're 25 years old, correct?
Thank you.
So I know how I used to think at 16. Man, I know how I used to think at 21. Man, I'm not against kids doing whatever they want. It's just the older you get, you change. I got my first tattoo at 15. I'm covered now. If I was a little older, I probably would have waited.
Me
when
too.
You're young, you're not thinking.
Yep.
Everybody has made a bad choice. And because you stressed out, you go change your gender. Because you want to try something new, once you do it, you can't go back. The more you throw stuff at kids before they develop, that's indoctrination, because you're trying to get them while they're not fully cognitive to know what's going on.
All right, I think I've had my fill too. We're gonna switch to conversation phase. Ugh. Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree with everything most of what the conservative dads are saying, a little bit of what the liberal idiots are saying. But the fact of the matter is they're young, they're indoctrinated, brainwashed, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow your back out. I had eardrums out. Put whatever fancy label you want on it. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, I don't know how many people have commented on my experience being a cisgender straight white male. All of those pronouns apparently included. Cisgender straight white male. Why don't you just call me the N-word? Because that's what it is. When you say that, you're saying the N-word. It's the equivalent of the N-word. Fuck you, assholes. So here we have a whole generation of people pumped up on hormone blockers and all this other stuff. Now they're getting this experimental vaccine. What's really going on? What's really going on? Population control. Too many people on the planet. Tampa, people who are based generally get silenced once they venture into the realm of challenging their not even their peers, but challenging other people's ideas. It's eugenics. Yeah, it is eugenics. Maya, I never thought of that. I never thought of that. Holy shit. I'm your beanie wearing, had a shower in 2 days guy. How about that? Does that work? I'm taking a shower after the stream, by the way. I was just waiting. Look up Gene355. Okay. Well, hey, just drop a link in the Discord later. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, it's gonna have to be good enough. It's gonna have to be good enough. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. You like my new avatar? Look at me. I'm a happy marshmallow. Yay, look at me. Hey, guys. By the way, I'm going to be, actually, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and fucking take care of that. I'm going to delete those shorts that I made earlier. I addressed it at the beginning of the stream. I don't want my fucking channel flooded with all this garbage regarding that weirdo on that other channel. I think the message has been, heard loud and clear. So, like I said, I'm just trying to protect John Crime's reputation. I tried to do it a couple of months ago, but apparently nobody got the message to him, or he doesn't care. And that's a problem, man. If we have people like who their goal is to protect the children, and then they go out and they don't care about who they're shouting out and who they're emboldening, then I I mean, I won't be surprised if that happens. I mean, I'm so sick of the lack of integrity and honesty on that platform, dude. Everybody's afraid to lose their ass pats, dopamine, and fucking super chats, so they just fucking suck whatever dick it is they have to keep their channel. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. That's a pretty broad statement. And I can apply that to many names right now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to go down that route. Already been there, done that, beat the dead horse. Don't feel like being lectured. Leave me alone. Yeah, so straight guy has no right to comment on the gay experience, but under the kids' logic, can't say they feel like the opposite sex because they have no right to talk about that experience. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the new form of oppression. It's called the fucking mental gym. It's mental gymnastics. It's stupid. Like I said, I'm going to let everybody get this out of their system. Shit's going to change in 2023. Midterm elections are coming up. Get out and vote in your local elections. Change starts at the local level. To my U.S. people, I know there's only 22 of you here, but fucking A, tell everybody. Change starts on the local level. I'll be out there voting. Somebody I know is running for a local office. You know, I'm all about that nepotism when it serves me. I'm all about that nepotism when it serves me, baby. As long as it's honest. If it starts being dishonest, then I'm out. You got to understand that. I will never deceive people. But if I can do what's right and do right by me, then fucking A, I'm all about it. Bring it on. I'll throw all my weight behind it. Just like I do all my convictions. I wonder when they're going to... Fuck, when they gonna fix my goddamn... Well, I mean, my furnace is fixed. I don't know what the hell they want me to do. They haven't sent me an invoice or nothing. Don't you know that the oppressed always have special privileges to speak that their oppressors don't have? Such oppression, much adversity, right? I'm oppressed, and only I can say disparaging things about people based on their identity, not you. I'm totally not a Nazi. You stare into the abyss long enough, it will stare back. I'm just saying. Again, a lot of these things are applicable to real life situations that are happening between myself and other people. It's the same ideological fallacy. They're right. They feel like they're right because they feel like they're the moral arbiters. But the hypocrisy is so... Oh, dude, the hypocrisy. Oh, my fucking God. How do you false copyright somebody and then cry when somebody else does it? That just blows my mind. And then get a shout out from John Crimes. Oh, shit. Y'all fucked on YouTube, man. I'm here on my own dime. This is costing me money to be here. It's a hobby. I'm here as a fucking marshmallow. I'm here because I want to be, not because I have to be. Yep. So what is tonight? Thursday? Oh, yeah. Subscribers only chat. Twitch tonight. So be there. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have to be a subscriber to chat. We may do something. I don't know, but we're going to do something. We'll see what it is later, for sure. He's a hobby. He's a marshmallow. That's right. This is all grievance politics. They label themselves as oppressed and justify every action on the basis of their grievance of fighting oppressive systems. Laughably textbook. I say meet me in the alley is what I'd say to them. You know what I'm saying? If they could meet me out back then. I mean, if somebody's taking testosterone, they shouldn't have any problem going toe-to-toe with a cisgender male. Yeah, people are making themselves a victim of identity. How does that work? I mean, like, the irony of the incident that I had where I have a legal issue stemming from it now is that I was targeted for my identity while somebody was trying to make themselves the victim of their own identity. You guys saw that, right? Like, they tried so hard to label me as a racist when I wasn't, and there was no receipts on that, but they were like, I'm a victim, while all the while saying cisgender straight white male. There's a good example for you. Won't catch YouTubers talking about that, though. They're like, oh no, man. That doesn't make the white guy look bad. If he were gay, maybe. If he were gay, we'd be on it. But he's straight. He procreated. He helped populate the earth. He can't help who he is and what he does. But we'll judge him for it anyway. Catch me outside. Catch me outside, bitch. Petite crowbar. Get crowned by a fucking marshmallow. Oh, what the fuck was that? I guess I gotta find an Instapot fucking pork chop recipe. That's what I should be doing. It's only 11 o'clock, though. It's a hierarchy of oppression. Idiots. I want people who think like that and play like that to stay very far away from me and my children. That is the easiest way to keep yourself safe, is to stay the fuck away from me and mine. That is, really. It is, because they can't seem to keep their fingers out of everybody else's pie. It's like the fucking police. They're like, oh, you're not doing it right. You're not the right color. You're a man, but you're straight. Ew. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Come here for a minute. Let me see. I wanted to be a dentist my whole life. I wanted to be a dentist my whole life, but all I have is this flapjack. Or is it called a blackjack? Flapjack? Whatever. Jokes, but YouTube's the woke tube. Misinformation. But yeah, I want people like this to stay as far away from me as possible. They're fucking mentally ill and insane. And again, I won't leave this state until these people get it out of their fucking system and they realize that they are not my oppressor. They are my equal. Okay? That's what you've wanted this entire time. Now you best fucking shape up before we start actually enacting our equality, okay? Sammy, I know, man. I know. Get your fingers out of my pot pie. What are you doing? Bad form. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. All right, well, this is probably a good spot to wrap it up. I've said everything I need to say. Anybody wants to clip it, do your thing. Do what you got to do. Much love from me to you. See you on Twitch tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be good or be good at it. Keep your finger out of another man's pot pie. Good night. All right. Good night. It's still morning, love.